Lovebug. If you happen to be new here, my name is Marcia Yvonne. My channel is all about being the intersection between faith, fashion, and fragrance. So if that is your vibe, consider joining the Lovebug tribe. This week's shout out goes to these amazing individuals. Thank you so much for showing your girl some love. It's always greatly appreciated. If you're watching and you want a shout out from little old me, you gotta talk to me down below in the comments and you will get a shout out in one of my future videos. Now, hopping into today's video, y'all, we are throwing out the trash from 2025. Okay, so we are going to do our December empties, which is going to wrap up all the trash and all the junk we had from 2025. So if you want to talk some junk with me, go ahead, grab your snacky snack, sit back, relax, and let's hop right into the video. Now, y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and just make the disclaimer now. I hope the lighting is not like too terrible because it is a gloomy day, and majority of the time I try to film in natural light and it's a very gloomy day. So I wanted to get this video out to you because it's extremely delayed. But we have our December empties. We did a nice good bag of things. So we just gonna do what we normally do. We just go pull and go about our business. So I see a few of them, so I'm just gonna pull them out. So these are the Equate flushable wipes. They are in extra large. They are fragrance free, and these are the plant based ones. I got these from Walmart, and I don't know if I repurchase them, if I'm being honest. If they're probably like the last thing on earth, then I probably would just go ahead. But I was not in love with these, and even though they were supposed to be extra large, I don't feel like I necessarily saw a major difference from the original. I would definitely probably hold off on repurchasing these. So I had a few of these. I finished a Dove Original White Bar. So I do have this bag. I was traveling at the beginning of December, and so I wanted to make sure that I was able to bring back the things that I emptied. So I literally just took the ice bag from the hotel. So in here I finished some of the Dove Deep Moisture body washes. Now, none of these were like full. I was just finishing them off because I would have so many in my travel bag that I just need to go ahead and like finish them off, because though I have a little bit and then buy another one and then just use the new one as opposed to finishing off the old one. So I did have a few in my travel bag. I have the Dove spray deodorant. This is in Cool Essentials. If you know me, then you know this is my favorite one. I finished a travel size Listerine Total Care. This is the one that does have alcohol in it, so I finished that off. I finished a Dove body cream. This is the pink one that kind of has like that soapy clean smell. So if you can see, she's done. I finished a Etley Sensual and Musky EDP. So Etley is a brand that has like some inspired by fragrances and some original fragrances, and they're actually extremely affordable. And the Sensual and Musky to me reminds me of Glossier You, so I finished the travel size to this one. And then we have a few samples. So let's see. So I have the Clean Reserve. This is the H2O collection. This is in Musk Noir. I remember enjoying this one. The thing is though, their H2O collection, it has like this water-based technology thing that they have going on, and there is a scent, I guess, based because of that technology that they use that like transcends all of the ones that I've smelled. And there's something about that scent I'm not in love with. Like, it literally makes it like watery, and that might be a selling point for some people, but a profile like this is very musky, it's very warm, it has some depth to it, but this water undertone just like throws me off. So I'm not sure if I would upgrade this. I think I still have like a roll-on of this, so I'll kind of sit with it a little bit longer, but as of right now, I'm not so sure that I would. This is a sample of Prada Paradox Intense. I have a travel size of Prada Paradox, the original, and now I'm not so sure because I smelled the Intense before and I remember like not really being like sold on it. But this sample kind of makes me want to go get like at least a travel size to sit with the Intense to see which one do I really want to upgrade to a full size bottle, because this Intense really did surprise me. So this is going to be TBD. I have Clean Reserve in, this is just the skin sample. So I have skin, I have a big size bottle. I still have a travel size of skin. Oh, I finished the sample. This is Mixed Bars Cloud Musk. So I finished that sample. So to me, it kind of is similar to like Glossier's You. It has that muskiness, but it has a decrease on that pepper note. So it's not as peppery forward. So this could also be a really, really good alternative to Glossier You if you don't like that pepper note as well. And then we have Clean Resolve Aqua Neroli. This one was very like aquatic. It didn't really do anything for me. It wasn't something I'm like, oh, I have to have. So I don't see myself really upgrading this or needing any more of this fragrance profile. So that is it of everything that I completed from traveling. So getting into the rest of the empties, I finished the Bath & Body Works Vanilla Romance. This is the body cream as Fresh Cardamom Vanilla Absolute Captivating Woods. I love this fragrance profile. I just know that their body creams, you kind of got to run through it so fast. And because this was a vanilla fragrance, I did feel like a little pressure to kind of just make sure that I was using her up. But I do enjoy this. And this is definitely probably hands down one of my favorite Bath & Body Works fragrances of life. So I really did enjoy this one. I know you can't tell, but I used up the Sand and Fog. This is the Tahitian Vanilla Body Wash. I got this from Marshall's. The price is washed off, but I think it was like $7.99 or something like that. And I got this off of sole recommendation of a lady in the store. It was a Black woman. She was like, she saw me contemplating between two, and she was like, you should get this one. That one is really, really good. And, you know, I'm gonna take the word of a Black woman. However, not to say that she was wrong, I just was not in love with this. I feel like the scent was very blah, not anything to write home about, and the formulation was just okay. I don't feel like it did a whole lot or it made a whole lot of impact, and so I don't see myself repurchasing this. Now, I do think it is appealing with how much you get in a bottle for like $7, but I feel like I had to run through it really, really fast because I don't feel like it had a really good lather. So I feel like I was running through it fast. So even though it's a large bottle, I feel like I still had to use so much more of the product. So I don't see myself necessarily rushing to repurchase this. I might give Sand and Fog Body Wash another try in the future, but as of right now, it's a no for me, dog. I tried the Olay Body Essence Cream Body Wash. It's supposed to be cleansing and brightening. I also got this. I got this from TJ Maxx, and this was $7.99. It was okay. It was okay. It's not a rush to go get it. It has like a fruity green scent because it has like dew melon, apple blossom, and green bamboo. And so I was getting a mix of that bamboo and that melon and that fruitiness. I don't see myself rushing to repurchase this. I don't feel like it did a whole lot. And I was very intentional about using this consistently without using any other body washes to see if I could really see a difference when it comes to brightening. And as of right now, I would definitely say I did not see a difference. But I might need extended use to really see a difference. But as of right now, I didn't see a whole lot of difference. But this is not something I'm like, I have to have. And I also felt like I had to rush through this very fast. Like I feel like this bottle was going like that. So I just don't see the point. Like I want to be able to like, yes, spend less money, but also know that it's going to stretch because a little dab will do you. But when you have to use so much of the body wash to get a good lather, it just doesn't, it loses its appeal to me. So I think that it smelled really, really good, but was not in love with the formula. So I don't think I would repurchase this. Finished another Dove Original White Bar. I finished, this is the Josie Maran Body Scrub. It's in lavender and citrus. As you can see, I finished this. Now, in this, the body scrub, it also came in a pack, and it has the body butter of lavender and citrus, and then it also comes with an oat milk and honey, I believe it is, or oat milk and vanilla or something, oat and vanilla or something like that. With a scrub and a body butter. I have not used the other one yet. I've been sitting with the lavender and citrus. I finished the scrub and I'm working on the body butter. So that's kind of where that stands. Now, what I will say about this is it has a oiliness to it. So it leaves like an oiliness to your skin after application. I would definitely say please be careful in your shower, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't realize how oily it was and I almost slipped and fell. So please be careful when you're using the Josie Maran body scrubs. I feel like the scrub was moderate. I don't think that it was like extremely abrasive and did a whole lot, but I could tell that my skin was definitely softer, and it does leave that oil process on your skin. So I would definitely say consider that in the formulation in your shower process. Now for me, exfoliating is always at the beginning of my shower routine, so I ultimately kind of washed off the oilness of it after I continued my shower. But if you are someone that exfoliates at the end, I would definitely say remember, keep in mind that it will keep like this oily aspect, like you just lathered in oil afterwards. So I would definitely say keep that. I wouldn't say that I'm in a rush to necessarily repurchase this. Now, the lavender and citrus, I'm going to just give this disclaimer. The body scrub to me is very citrus forward. It has like this grapefruit note that I feel like is very pronounced, and the lavender is in the background. But I'm just going to go ahead and give a spoiler. But in the body butter, I feel like it's the other way around. I feel like the body butter has more lavender and the citrus is in the background. So I would definitely say proceed with caution depending on what your taste is. But I would definitely say this was good, and I could see myself possibly repurchasing it if I can find it at a good deal. But if I don't, it's fine. I'm okay with being one and done. Well, technically I have another one, so being two and done and kind of just going about my business. But it was a decent body scrub. We have the EOS Vanilla and Cashmere body butter. Finished her up. This smells so good. To me, it is like a toasted, roasted kind of vanilla. It has this warmth and this depth to it. I really, really did enjoy this. I love the EOS body butter formulation. I do think it is better than the lotion. Like, I get more moisture out of this. So I really do enjoy that. Now, I just wish that they would bring this out in other scents, or even in just a fragrance-free option for their sensitive skin options. But, like, I think they need to push out more body butters. I feel like they pushed out one and then that was it, and then they started going into other directions like the sprays and stuff like that. And not that I say that it's an issue, but can we get more body butters, please? Like, I think this formulation is really, really good, and I think that y'all need to make more sense. And when you release a scent, I think you should release some in a lotion formulation and a body butter formulation. That's just my thoughts. Now, definitely sign up in the comments and let me know. But I think we need more of these. I can definitely see myself repurchasing. Not right now, though, because I have other body butters to get through. So it's not going to be an instant repurchase right now. But I really, really do enjoy this. So I can definitely see myself repurchasing this in the future. I also finished up the Naturium Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Butter. I enjoyed this thoroughly. Now, when it comes to repurchasing, it is definitely a consideration, but it's also $20. And so that's a little steep for you, girl. I'm not gonna lie. It's, for something that I would have to constantly and consistently repurchase, but it does leave a nice glow to the skin. It does leave my skin feeling moisturized. It does not have to be paired with anything else to make me feel moisturized, which I do enjoy. So I would definitely say this is a TBD on the repurchase, but I can definitely say I enjoyed it thoroughly while I had it in my collection. Now I'm kind of sad to see it go because it was really, really good. So we'll see. But like I said, I do have other body butters to get through. So, and a lot of moisturizers in general to get through right now, so it's not going to be an instant repurchase, but I could definitely see myself picking her up again. Another body cream. This is the Vaseline Radiant X. I've repurchased her several times. I really love this stuff. And so I definitely can see myself repurchasing. It's very moisturizing. It's very hydrating. The scent to me reminds me of Fenty the original. So if you need that for a reference, It does leave a nice glow to the skin. It does not have to be paired with an oil, but it can be. So it is very moisturizing. I can wear her by herself. I can pair her with other things. So I really, really do enjoy her. Out of all the body butters that I've showed you thus far, I would definitely say she's the most affordable. And she do the doggone thing. Like, let's be very clear. She does what needs to be done. So I can definitely see myself repurchasing, but I have a lot of moisturizers to get through, so it won't be right now. I finished the TPH. This is Softer Than No Other body butter in vanilla and tuberose. So finished her up. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. This is like a shea butter body butter. So if you like actual raw shea butter, if you like that formula, then I would definitely say you enjoy this. I do not see myself repurchasing this ever. I have purchased the body cream. I did not realize there were two. I purchased the body cream, so I'm going to sit with the body cream and see how I feel about it, and then I will go from there to whether or not I will repurchase anything from this line. But I do not see myself purchasing the body butter just because it's not my formula for moisturizer. Like, that shea butter is not my go-to when it comes to wanting a moisturizer, so I don't see myself repurchasing this one. Next up, I finished a Dove Advanced Dry Spray. This was an Invisible Sheer Fresh. I do not see myself repurchasing this one. There is a Dove spray that I love. That is my go-to. That is the one that I stick with. And I don't like to switch it up too much. And they just didn't have it in the store, so I had to pick up this one. But it kind of smelled kind of masculine, like masculine, aquatic. And it just would clash with like my leggering combos, and so it was not a love for me, so I'm okay with not repurchasing this one. I finished a Amazing Grace Bergamot by Philosophy. This is their body wash. I do not foresee myself repurchasing this. This was very like floral. I got it from TJ Maxx, and it was very like floral and aquatic and fresh, but not the way that I wanted it to be. It was very like floral forward. It had a greenness to it that just was not giving what I thought it was going to give, because it has notes of Lily Valley, Bergamot, and Warm Musk. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, it's going to be very clean. It's going to be very fresh, very musky. It was a lot more green and a lot more aquatic, and it had this kind of harshness to it that I was not in love with. So I do not see myself repurchasing this one. I finished up a vanilla birthday cake by Philosophy. It has fluffy vanilla, creamy caramel, and sweet coconut butter. Now, I can see myself repurchasing this. I got this from TJ Maxx. I think the other one was like, I think $16.99 or $12.99. No, I think the other one was $12.99, and this size is $9.99, I believe. Hopefully I'm not messing that up, but I believe that's what it was. I think the larger size was $12.99, and then this one was $9.99, if I'm not mistaken. So I just feel like Philosophy has a way in which they do vanilla that is very the same across the board. They have a signature vanilla. If you like the way that they do vanilla, then I can definitely see you not having an issue with this one. It was not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. That was kind of my concern, and I did have a hesitation in purchasing it, but I said I'll just go ahead and give it a try. And I expected it to be more like Vanilla Bean Noel, like a very, very sweet vanilla. It was not that. It was actually very warm and just cozy and very neutral, and so I could definitely see myself repurchasing this. It was actually really, really good. I finished a Bath & Body Works or White Bond Vanilla Suede Fine Fragrance Mist. It has Cozy Vanilla, Brushed Suede, and Crisp Linen. I ended up just using this as like a fabric spray. So I would use it when I would make my bed, or when I would, you know, to refreshen the couch, stuff like that. This fragrance really gives like just clean laundry, and that is not a fragrance profile that I want to reach for or smell like every single day. And so I knew it would take me forever to get through this, and once I just started using it as like a linen spray, I just was in love. So I really, really did enjoy this. I love how it made my bed smell. I loved how it made the couch smell just so fresh and so clean, and so I really, really did enjoy this. So that's kind of how I got through this one so fast, but I went ahead and finished her. I finished a Sand and Fall Vanilla Musk Solid Perfume. So this was pretty much just like a perfume oil in a solid form. So I kind of just like ran through this once I realized like, oh, this was an easy use. And I think I just really just ran through this in like one use. I think Vanilla Musk is supposed to be inspired by Ness's Madagascar Vanilla, I think is what they say. So this was okay. I still have, I believe, a rollerball of this as well. So I still have more use of this product. I finished, you can't tell, but a little mini Vaseline. I finished the Curology. This is the lip balm in vanilla. So I went ahead and got her finished. I got this from, I think, either TJ Maxx or Marshalls. It was like $3 or something like that, $3 or $4. It was just a regular lip balm. I could see myself repurchasing it, but it's not a rush. If I see it again, then I might pick it up. If not, then I'll just go about my business. But it was decent. So I have some samples here. So I finished some samples. So this is in Sparkling Hibiscus. This is Sparkling Hibiscus by Mix Bar. I just went ahead and finished the sample because I have a large size bottle. So just go ahead and finish that. I finished a sample of Forever Mood's Hard to Get. This one is the one that is like more lemony. I'm torn on this one. I do like it. I just know that it's not going to be full size bottle, like a large size bottle. I might get a travel size, but I'm still kind of like not sure. So we'll kind of see what happens with this. I did enjoy it, but it was not necessarily like a have to upgrade. Like I need to get it now. But I did enjoy it. So that was okay. I finished 2 samples of Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid. So I have a full-size bottle of that. So I was finishing up these. I have another Forever Mood. This is in NDA. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This one definitely surprised me. I love what it does on my skin. It softens up on skin. It sweetens up on skin. It's not as harsh as you would think, especially because it has like a tobacco note in it. I think it's tobacco. It's either a tobacco or tobacco flower note. And when you smell it like on paper or on the nozzle, it's very forward. It gives that strong smokiness. And I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. But on my skin, it definitely softens up. I don't think that I would get a full size bottle. I think that I would get a travel size just to have a bit of this DNA in my collection. But I can definitely say it shocked me. So I might spin the block and upgrade to at least a travel size. Not sure that I would pull the trigger on a full-size bottle though, but I did enjoy this. For the last sample, we have Clean Reserve Solo Bloom. Was not impressed with this at all. It was very like sunscreeny, very solar. Was not in love with it. Don't need this in my collection. It's not my fragrance profile. I feel like the florals did not really come through as much, so I don't really need this one. So we have some perfume oils. So these were all purchased from my local hair store. We have Amber White. I don't see myself repurchasing this just because I like a more warmer amber. And this is more like that light musky amber. And so this is not just something, this is something I'm okay with parting ways with. If we can find like just a warm amber, I would enjoy that. But this one I'm okay with saying bye to. This one was Egyptian Musk. It was, it wasn't anything like you have to have. It was just kind of like a light, musky fragrance. I don't feel like it did a whole lot in protection or did anything. It paired well with other things, but it was not a have to have. And this one is Baccarat Rouge 540. I have so many perfume oils of this. I've even started gifting them because I had so many I stocked up. So I already have more, but not by this brand. This is the Wells Oil brand. I don't know where they're necessarily located, but I've seen them locally, but I've also seen them while traveling away. So I think that they are just probably a large manufacturer, but I'm not in love with necessarily their version. I like the Havocent collection Baccarat Rouge perfume oil a little bit more. So I'm okay with parting ways with all of these. I finished 2 body oils. So these are both from Jazara's Couture. This one is Spice Vanilla, which is inspired by Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK. And then we have Shy Love, which is inspired by Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. These were both good. Like, they were good, but they were not something that I was like, oh, I have to have. I need to hurry up and just upgrade. I think that these were done beautifully. I just think that these profiles are just not me. Like, I just don't think that, like, it's my go-to profile or fragrance profile that I have to have. Like, I just want to try Shy Love because Love Don't Be Shy is kind of like a fan favorite by a lot of people. But every time I smell that DNA, it's not something I'm like, I gotta have. And so I kind of just felt the same way. And I had never smelled Gentle Fluidity Gold. And I hear a lot of people say that it's a really, really good vanilla. But it was just okay. Like, it was good. I'm not gonna say that it was bad. I think it was done beautifully, but it was not something I had to have in my collection, so I went ahead and finished those up. We finished up some small sizes. So I have Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar and Clean Reserve Rain. Rain, I know I definitely do not need to repurchase. It's just like a fresh, watery, aquatic, that real outdoorsy green rain type of water fragrance. And so I don't see myself repurchasing this one. Sparkling Sugar, I feel like I might need to sit with a bit more. I really did enjoy it. But I've also had this sample, like this small size, for a while. And I think it changed. Like, the way it was smelling at the end is not how I smelled. I remember it smelling in the beginning. So I do think it changed on me. And because this is a clean brand, you do tend to have to kind of use them a bit more quickly. So I think that that's what happened. So I'm not completely sure, but we'll kind of see what happens when it comes to Sparkling Sugar. But Rain, I definitely know I will not repurchase. We finished 2 Le Monde Gourmands. So we have Mio Bébé and Citron Glacé. I have both of these in a large size already. So I wanted to go ahead and just finish out the small samples that I had. Lastly, we have Heaven Sent by Shannon. These are her travel sizes. And I have one in Floof, which I've already repurchased to a 30 ml. So I already have that. To me, this is just a sugary sweet marshmallow. It is so, so, so good. I love this fragrance right now. I'm standing on this. This right now is my #1 favorite marshmallow, hands down. Gotta have it. Love it. It's perfect. It is the perfect marshmallow for me thus far. So yes, 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 yes. 1,000 times yes. Give me 14 of them right now. Splendid. Okay. Now, next up we have Rice Pudding. I do not see myself repurchasing this. This was very cinnamon forward, and I can't remember who it was. It was either Faces by Brittany or just plain Jane, but someone talked about cinnamon fragrances and how it kind of, like, some way, somehow signals to the brain that your skin is burning. This fragrance did that for me. The cinnamon in this made it feel like my skin was on fire. I don't know why, what the science behind that is, but in order to get through this, I would only have to spray on clothes. And if I sprayed it on my skin, it would literally, like, begin to burn and I would have to wipe it off. And I don't think it's her formula. It's something about the cinnamon. I think the cinnamon is triggering my brain to be like, something's wrong. We're on fire. Like, it's crazy. And so I do not see myself repurchasing this, but I would definitely say try out Heaven Sent by Shannon because she's so amazing. So that was the empties. Some things that I did not mention. My bad. Heaven Sent by Shannon is a woman-owned business. She does primarily a lot of, like, fragrance, body care, oils type of products. And then there was some Jazara's Couture in here as well. And she is a Black woman-owned business that does body care. Jazara's Couture is set to close her doors, so she's trying to sell out all of her inventory. I do believe her website is still open and available. I do believe she still has inventory left, so definitely give her a try, as well as Heaven Sent by Shannon. Those were some small owned businesses and brands that was highlighted in today's empty, so I definitely wanted to be intentional about giving them a really, really large shout out. But that is it for today's video, so definitely sign off in the comments and let me know what are some things that you've been emptying. I love to talk empties. I've already gotten started for January, so we're on the right track. I love to go ahead and empty out products. I love empty videos. I love filming them. I love doing them. I love watching them. I love everything about empties. And I love to talk a little junk. So that is it for today's video. I hope to see you back here next time for another upload. But until then, remember that I love you. God loves you. So remember to always, and I do mean always, love you too. Smooches, Lovebug.